So basically my project looked at Fortune 500 firms and their Facebook activity, and then I compared that to what they saw in stock returns across a fiscal quarter. Social media are buzzwords and a lot of companies are using it, but it's really hard to understand what value that's bringing to an organization and how that can be useful, especially with so many different strategies and so many different places to go with social media. So for me, I really wanted to dig into a few firms, and I ended up with about 50 firms and looked at what sort of things they were posting and users were posting on their page to see if, whether it was better to be posting all the time or what sort of responses were helpful and how that compared to financial performance. So I worked with Professor Ching Ren in the IDSC department, and with so much hype around social media, there's tons of research going on right now, especially trying to pick apart the sentiment of Twitter posts or Facebook pages. And that requires a lot of time and effort and very complex technology. So I kind of tried to pare that down a little bit. So we used a custom developed software to pull all sorts of information from a company's Facebook page. And then from there I was able to break it down between the numbers of how many posts each company was doing, how many users were posting on their page, as well as what sort of amounts of likes they were getting, all sorts of different information that I kind of had to refine through and built into my topic and tried to compare that to the stock returns. When it came down to it, it just became, for me, there was, the sample of my firms became really small based on data availability. So statistically, I really didn't find a whole lot of results. The interesting part for me was looking at basically the different approaches these firms were taking. You have firms like Target who are posting, over 200 times a month, and other financial firms that are posting only a few times. So that was where I really found I was able to pick apart the different approaches, and just the process of gathering the data and looking at what these different firms were doing really led me to kind of think deeper about, what does it mean when companies are posting, who are they trying to reach, and I guess what sort of strategies are going to be successful in the future.